It's my diversity shield. Come with me to the dance floor. Move like you never knew you could. Get off of your high horse and get healthy like you know you should. I'm a fat soul, it's so natural. Time for fitness. I just wanna see my kids grow up. A fitness. I don't wanna die young. A fitness. I don't wanna die young. A fitness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is Dude Bro Fitness Boys. Because I am not a nerd. This is exactly what I said it is. This is Dude Bro Fitness Boys. This channel is no longer dedicated to nerd news and pop culture. It's just pure
Yeah,
Pure-
that's not true.
pure fitness and gains, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Obviously, I'm still a massive nerd, and that's precisely why this live stream is not is separated from Best Gen, because I don't know if anyone would be interested in watching, but it's kind of more for my personal accountability, because like it said in the song, I'm a fat piece of human garbage, and
That's a little harsh.
I weigh 350 pounds. So
That is not wrong.
and I feel very unhealthy, and that's not good. I want to be a good husband, good father, and I want to be around for my family, and I want to feel good again. So Corwin, who you may know from Best Gen, even though he never shows up anymore because he's a loser, he's the only dude bro that I know, and he's going to help coach me through getting fit. That's what the show's about.
Yeah, essentially. I'm not a professional by any level, but what I can say is I've, as we've gotten older, because, we're no longer like in our 20s and can eat nothing but candy. And yes, that thumbnail was next level.
Yeah.
We can no longer just eat candy and all the pizza we want and still have a six-pack and look amazing like we did when we were younger.
I've never had a six-pack.
You did. I've got a picture that shows you with a six-pack. It might not be a six-pack, but you were skinny enough.
I was skinny. Okay. Yeah. So no, we're still streaming tomorrow. This is bonus. This is not Best Gen, specifically because it's about health and fitness. So you're welcome to watch if you want to. Bonus content. Follow me on my fitness journey. Yeah. So okay. So there was a brief time that I was less fat. But I have been fat/chubby most of my life. Like as a kid, I was a chubby kid.
I'm finding the picture.
You can pull up a picture. Sure. I have some I can pull up too. I was actually bullied for being fat and Christian, like profusely in elementary school. I've kind of talked about how I was bullied, and that's why I really resonated with reading Ender's Game, because he, kills his bullies. But anyway, that's unrelated. The fittest I've ever been. I mean, the last 2 years of high school, I started doing a lot of exercise. I started running, and then went on a mission to Mexico and lost a ton of weight because we were walking 30 miles a day, something like that.
Oh, at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the blazing hot sun. And
Yeah,
Salty, we're gonna be talking about that 100%.
Stop eating carbs. Yeah, no fast. Yeah, that's what I've been. We'll get to it. So I was relatively skinny. I was still a little bit chubby, but I was skinny for a few years, and I started getting a little bit chubbier after that. League of Legends did not help. Once I started playing that game, I stopped running. And
Okay, this was you when we were in college. I don't know if people can see that.
that's not a six-pack.
No, but it definitely
Okay,
is not where you are now.
Okay, yeah. That is fresh from Mexico, having walked 30 miles a day for 2 whole years. Yeah, and I was running a lot when I got back. Then I started playing League of Legends, stopped running. But I was never like unhealthy, but over like the last 5 years, my health has pretty steadily declined. And I feel like it's not my fault. I mean, obviously I'm responsible for everything, but like I've been trying actually like harder to eat healthy. Like I don't particularly eat that unhealthy. I just don't get a lot of exercise, and I've been running into like more health problems. Like 5 years ago I started getting chronic I don't know why I want to say irritable bowel syndrome, because that's not it at all. I've never had that. Chronic heartburn.
Mm-hmm.
That started like 5 years ago. And started like gaining weight like exponentially, and started getting like chronic fatigue too. And so I'm like, I cut out sugar about like half a year ago. I've been pretty good at that, but it's not been enough. So I've been wanting to do this for a while. I went to Vegas and hang out with Corwin, and we talked about fitness stuff, and we're gonna hold each other accountable. Mostly him holding me accountable, and we're gonna do just like a crash, completely change the diet and actually go to the gym, because like as healthy as I have been eating, I still just don't get enough exercise. And anytime I I want to go exercise, I feel exhausted. Like
Right.
it's like there's something wrong. Like it's possible I might have like a thyroid condition. It's not like bad, but it every time they've done a blood test, it comes up like slightly abnormal, and that can cause fatigue and weight gain. But that's probably, I don't think that's the cause. So I need to get healthy, because I don't feel good right now.
And that's kind of the key. And something I wanted to point out. And again, so this channel isn't meant to bring down Alan in any sort of way possible.
Oh, I bring down myself all the time. What do you say?
Right. But what I'm trying to say is, like, this is basically YouTube holding you accountable, me holding you accountable, but also me holding myself accountable. And I wanted to get what Joshua said. I'm glad you pulled that up. I want to get to there. Something happens and this is the nerd, and this is good with Best Gen, because all of us guys, we're starting to get into our mid-30s, and things happen once you get to your mid-30s. Like I said, you can't eat the way we were eating and still have a decent body. And I'm gonna disagree. Like Joshua says, that's a college bod versus a dad bod. Alan doesn't have a dad bod, and I there's no easy way to say this. And I've known Alan long enough, and I love him like a brother, so I know he's not gonna be super sad.
I am unhealthy right now.
He's
I weigh 350 pounds right now. The last time I went to the doctor, he said I was pre-diabetic.
Right. And weight has a massive amount to do with that.
Yeah.
And so it's not just so much just cutting sugar. And I think that I think it was one of the comments a little higher, and we'll talk about it, mentioned diet. Like that's kind of the crash card. Stop eating carbs and red meat, vegetables, no sodas, no processed foods. No fast food, no sugar, walk 3 to 4 miles a day. Like, yeah, that's basically the general aspect of it. But this goes for a lot of nerds, because I mean, I was there too, and I've been there. We sit on our computers a lot. We play games a lot. We watch TV a lot. We're on our phones a lot. We're not getting nearly enough exercise, and things change once you start getting well overweight. I mean, there's a difference between 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds overweight compared to where Alan is 100 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
it also feels like I'm falling into like what's the I can't even think of the word for it. Like, I don't like a cycle. Like oh I don't work out because I'm tired, but I'm also tired because I don't work out. You know.
Right. And that's just kind of the evil cycle of not being in shape. Like when you're not in shape, and I did this on purpose, preparing for this channel. So prior to this, just some background. I went on a cruise with my wife. We decided to push each other to lose weight. I dropped quite a bit of weight. And this past month and a half, I've actually started eating crappy. And this past 3 weeks, when me and Alan started talking about this channel, and especially this past 2 weeks, I've really gorged myself. I've eaten candy. I've eaten a lot of pastas. I've probably averaged 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day. And I've gained this month, I've probably gained 10 or 12 pounds, all fat. And I'm doing that because I want, number one, to go on another weight loss journey with Alan. And I also wanted to, and I think it's really important that people understand how difficult it is to lose weight when you feel like crap.
Yeah.
And something I've noticed is with that diet, like I started getting zits again. I haven't had zits for a long time. My joints hurt. I hurt. I feel fatigued. I feel like crap. And so I want to go on this journey with you. And everyone looks, if you look online, there's all sorts of channels and all sorts of crap where, you know, you see all these fitness influencers and I work out 20 minutes a day and I look like I'm jacked and I'm all natural. And that's just not true. Like it's just not true. I've been going to the gym at this point consistently for about 7 years. And I know what a natural body looks like. And I know what a fake body looks like. And I'm not dissing on that because everyone has their own goals. But what I am saying is it's really easy for a trainer who's in shape to look at someone who he's trying to train and be like, just do that one extra push-up, just get up 5 minutes earlier, because they don't know what it's like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
no,
basically
like it's absolute misery. Like
yeah.
Like I've gotten to the point where like I know if I don't do anything about it, I'm just gonna spiral and die.
Yes.
Like, because it'll just get harder and harder to do something about it. Because it's not just like I'm not getting enough sleep, right? Like it's like fatigue. It's not just like oh I'm too tired to go to the gym. Like I will get like massive like migraines if I. And sometimes I'll like oversleep. I'll get like 10 hours of sleep. Like I'll fall asleep at like 9 p.m. and then wake up in the morning around 6 or 7. And 4 hours later, I feel like I need to take a nap.
Yep. Yeah. And there's a lot that we'll go into, and we're going to try to keep this stream. This is just kind of an introductory, but we're going to try to keep this about 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The goal of this is to explain what we're doing, why we're doing it is the important part. Talk about why diet's important, why exercise is important, and also the exercises that Alan's doing and how he's feeling through his weight loss journey. And that's ultimately what this is. And what we're focusing on, and I guess we can jump in, what we're focusing on now is we're focusing on functional exercises and we're focusing on diet. And we will dial those in as Alan's body begins to recover. Because ultimately what happens is when someone goes from a non-working out stage or a non-diet controlled stage, a lot of people will start something. They do it for like, think about it. It's like your New Year's resolutions, right? You start something and you do it for a week and then you're done and you forget. And the New Year's resolution is crap. And that happens with a lot of people on the weight loss journey. And the reason why is because they get pumped up. And I've seen this time and time again. They get pumped up. They get excited. They change their diet for like like a week, maybe 2 weeks. And then they have a cheat meal or something happens in a week. And next thing I know, they quit, right? Because it's too hard and they're right back in it. And so what we're trying to do, the other thing is when people start going to the gym, and Alan experienced this, because when he came down to visit, I did take him to the gym and I killed him.
On my freaking holiday,
On
I
his
was
vacation.
sore. It was the first day I was there too.
It was
Like we
not
showed
what-
up. No. We showed up. We spent the night because it was late.
Yeah,
we
it's
showed up
true.
late.
Yep.
And the next morning, hey, let's go to the gym. And so like the next 3 days I was at your house, just like I couldn't move.
You got progressively more sore every day.
Yeah. And I was going to the gym on Monday because I was like I want to keep it up, but then I forgot I had to give blood. And I was like, I guess I can't work out. So
Yeah, no.
But I went to the gym yesterday and I did the same exact workout, and I feel sore today, but significantly less sore than I felt last week.
Good. And see, that's the thing. Like the body is very quick, especially youngerish, even olderish.
Sorry, Mark Clark finally saw the super chat goal, which is which if it's achieved, I'll do a gym thirst trap live stream. And I'll call out anybody looking. Okay? Please do not super chat.
So basically what we're doing is there's a couple things we have to consider. One, Alan has, and again, I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional physical therapist. I'm not a professional trainer. I'm just a guy that has learned over the past 7 years what works and what doesn't work, how to bulk and how to cut, how to lift. And the other thing is I have trained a few people, and I have helped a few people that are in older stages of life get back into training and get back into working out. And it's not hard. You just have to take the right steps.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to the gym, work out a crap ton. And like you were super sore. A lot of people will go and they do more than what you did. And then next thing you know, they can't move for 2 weeks and they don't want to go back to the gym, right? Like they don't want to go back to the gym because it hurts. They don't want to do a diet because it sucks. And so what we do is we adjust as we go. We adjust as we get better. And it just makes the whole trip easier.
Yeah.
So we'll just start with the workout thing, because here's the thing. Losing weight, when you're in your early 20s, you can almost eat whatever you want, realistically. I mean, within reason.
I've always struggled with losing weight, though.
Sure.
But
and there are some
for
people
most people, that is correct, yeah.
But when you're in your 20s as a guy, most of the time, keep it within reason, right? Like I'm not saying if you have a whole pizza every night for a week and you're working out, that you're not going to gain weight. Of course you will. But when you're in your 20s and you're in college and you have one night you have 6 slices, 7, 8 slices of pizza, and the next night, you have whatever is leftovers, and the next night you have a hamburger because you guys go out and you work out, usually you don't get massively overweight, right? I mean, it's just I'm living proof of that, and you are too to some extent. Like I was with you through college. I had a lot of roommates, but then when you start to get older, even if you have a diet within reason, right? As you start to get older, suddenly the diet that you've kept from your mid 20s to your late 20s to your early 30s, suddenly you realize, oh man, I've gained 1 pound. I've gained 2 pounds. Now I'm 25 pounds over where I was 3 or 4 years ago. So the point is, what we have to do is we have to establish a base workout and a base diet. And how we do that is we do what's called a BMR, basal metabolic rate. And what we need to do, and this is for anybody, you can go online, you can look it up. Most of the calculators are really good. If you want to do your own calculator, you can. It's not that hard. Basically, for men, what you do is you take 4.5 and you times that by whatever you weigh, right? So you take 4.5, times that by your weight, then you add 15 or 16. I usually say 15 because I like to keep it on the lower end. 16 times your height in inches. And then you minus 5 times your age. And that's roughly what your basal metabolic rate is going to be. Now, are there way more advanced calculators? Of course there are. But that is a good basis. So again, you take 4.5, you times that by your weight, how much you weigh. Then you plus 15 times your height in inches. And then you minus 5 times your age. That is usually your basal metabolic rate. So what we did with Alan,
that's like how many calories your body will naturally burn in a day.
Correct. That is how many calories your body will burn in a day. That's how many calories you need to eat to maintain your weight. Now, obviously, if you eat more, you're going to gain weight. If you eat less, you're going to lose weight. And this is pretty much an exact science. They've done a lot of studies where they can put someone in a room, know what their basal metabolic rate is, give them the amount of food that they want, and they can almost weigh it down to the ounce where you're going to be after a certain amount of time. It's the law of thermodynamics. Our bodies are constantly burning, and we know how much it takes for the body to keep its metabolism going, whether it's slow, fast, whatever. We've figured that out. And so in order for Alan to lose weight, I can't remember exactly what we had. I think you had 2,500 calories, correct? Was your BMI, basal,
it was
BMR?
It was close. It was 2550.
2550. So Alan's 2,600 calories just to maintain his weight at 350. But obviously we don't want to do that, right? We want to lose weight. And you're not wanting to go 100 calories under or 200 calories under. You want to go 25 to 30% of calories underneath your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. So that put you at about what? We said 18 to 2,100, correct?
You said total calories to maintain is 2,500.
2,500. So if we minus 25% of that,
Yeah.
we're looking at 2,000, correct? Am I on that?
Yes.
1,900, I think is what it was, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm
what
trying
we
to look
want
at
to
the
do is we
paper.
want to have Alan under 1,900 calories a day. If we have Alan under 1,900 calories a day with a workout routine, that will put him at eating at a healthy amount of losing, but also working out, which will speed up the metabolism a little bit. And you're looking at probably a net loss of about 1,000 calories a day.
Joshua, I also have big bones, but I'm also fat.
Yeah.
But like I'm a wide person. Like I don't fit in bathroom stalls. Like I always have to take the disabled one. Otherwise, like my shoulders don't fit.
They don't touch. Yeah, you touch the sides.
Yeah. And
So-
that's because of the big bones, not because of the fat. But that's been my whole life. So.
Yeah. So what we're doing is ultimately we're getting you on a diet. We talked about the carnivore diet, and I believe that's what we're going to start doing
Yeah, at least temporarily. Yeah.
temporarily. And I agree with that. So basically, what the carnivore diet is, for those of you who don't know, the carnivore diet basically is anything that comes from an animal. It's wild. There's no vegetables. There's no vegetable carbs. There's no spinach. Basically, it's meat, eggs, some dairy because dairy has carbs. And the point is to turn the body into a fat burning machine. Now, people are going to argue this is healthy, this is unhealthy. I've just known that this has worked, and I've seen it work. I've done it. I lost a ton of weight doing it. I've seen other people go from 300 pounds to 180 pounds on this. I'm not saying it's a long-term diet thing, but I am saying to get you where you need to go, it's probably going to be pretty smart to do. Oh, he's way above a 40-inch base waist.
Actually, I still wear 40 pants. Yeah.
Do you still wear 40
I just flop over. Yeah, 40. I think it's technically like a 30 something. I've gotten a little fatter. Yeah.
So
the pants that I wear right now are 40 inches.
Yeah.
It's all here.
Yeah.
You can see. Here, I'll stand up. We'll do one of those before and afters.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'm game.
Here. I don't look good. Oh, that's not too bad. And then you turn sideways. Woo! It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's about an inch. I'm sure there's abs under there.
Oh, there's plenty of abs. That's the wild thing.
But here, I will give you this. These calves are so sculpted. Those are some sexy calves. Because I have to carry around my fat body all day.
So we'll talk about diet, I think, next time. Because Alan, and there's a lot more to it, and we'll go over like a whole diet regimen. Alan bought a whole bunch of food that is healthy, but he bought a whole bunch of food to start it. I told him to finish that food, especially with working out and getting back to working out and getting the body back to exercising. Finish that food, and then we'll get on the diet. But for those of you who need to know, the diet is literally 70% of losing weight. And you can gain weight or lose weight depending on your diet and depending on how many calories are in and versus how many calories are out. Losing weight or gaining weight is really that simple. But mentally, it's very hard. Mentally, it's very hard. And you can think about it like, how many times do you open up a fridge in a day? Right? You don't need to open up the fridge, but you do it. I do it. Everybody does it.
I don't. I haven't talked to him about it. If he wants to,
do it, David. Become a workout buddy.
Become a dude bro. You got to be a dude bro boy.
Yeah, dude bro boy. Okay, so workout wise, we'll go over the workout. Ultimately, what it is we also have to take into effect that Alan is 350 pounds. Now, when it comes to large, we want to do functional exercises, large functional exercises that hit multiple groups. And this is something that will happen that a lot of people I've seen who are wanting to lose weight, they go to the gym and they're like, I'm going to work out my arms because I want to get big arms. You're not going to get big arms when your whole body has a ton of fat on it. You can't work out fat in a certain spot of the area. That's called liposuction. Okay. You can't be like, I have fatty arms, so I'm going to just work out my arms and then they're not going to look fat anymore. No, they'll still look fat. Fat goes, your body takes it from your whole body generally entirely. You'll start losing it in the face a little more before you start losing it in the gut. The love handles are the last to go. But ultimately, like, you can't target fat. So what I'll see a lot of people do is they come into the gym and they're like, oh, I want to work on my gut. So they do nothing but crunches. And it's like, that's not doing anything. Or, oh, I want, all the fat to go around my chest or whatever. So they go and they just do a chest day. Doesn't work either. What we've got to do is when someone's working out. So if you're starting your fitness journey, you need to go to the gym and you need to do big functional exercises. What do I mean by functional exercises? I mean deadlifts, squats, bench press, rows, shoulder press, leg press. We're not working individual muscle groups. We're using a lift that is a compound lift. Compound means it uses multiple muscle groups. So for example, me and Alan, we did a workout when he came down to Vegas to kind of show what it was. What do I have you doing?
Those things you just said.
Those things that I just said. We'll go over.
We did the whole body. Every single muscle in my body was hurting, and I've been to the gym before. Actually, when I was going to college, I would take like a bodybuilding class one semester and then jiu-jitsu class the next semester, just so I was always doing something physical.
And okay,
so I know a lot about workouts. I just haven't done it in a long time.
I get to brag about Alan here.
But we were doing the whole arms. So we did deadlifts, we did squats, and then we did a shoulder press, and then a bench press, and then rows. So like it covered every muscle, you know.
And I get to brag about Alan here because he said jiu-jitsu, and Alan's a beast. I remember when he was in shape. This would have been 10 years ago, I want to say. I know, yes. Sad. But when I mean Alan was a beast, so we had a jiu-jitsu tournament, and Alan took on the strongest guy at the University of Utah at the time in jiu-jitsu.
Okay,
he was not the strongest in jiu-jitsu. He was a bodybuilder, like strong man.
Right. He had like very basic rudimentary jiu-jitsu skills, but his arms were the size of my legs.
He was actually in my class, in my jiu-jitsu class, and he was a beast. I mean, he was a strong guy. And Alan and him went at it for your match was a very long match.
It was at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, and you did ultimately end up losing.
Oh, I immediately went on my back. Like, he threw me to the ground. I couldn't. We got in a hold. He couldn't
submit you, and there was a couple times you.
Oh no! Yeah. I was immediately on my back, but he couldn't get me to submit for quite a long time.
Yeah, Alan was a beast. I was like, Alan's going to get destroyed by this guy.
I did. I got absolutely destroyed.
No, you didn't get destroyed. That was the thing. You didn't, because I watched him that whole year fight people, and I fought him personally myself. You didn't get destroyed. you held your own, which was wild.
Shut up. I'll have you know, my wife takes forever. Okay.
Don't let her know you said that.
She doesn't watch this.
So to go back onto it, and yeah, we can't forget the cardio part. But what we have to do, and the thing is this is wild. When you get older, weightlifting burns more calories than long cardio sessions. The other thing you have to remember is Alan's 350 pounds. He's not going to be able to do a long cardio session long enough to have it be effective enough.
Yeah, if I run for like 2 minutes, my kidneys start hurting.
Yeah. So the other thing you have to be remember.
But I have a rowing machine. I've been doing that.
When we do different workouts, for example, when you did deadlifts, I'm not having you do a massive amount of weight on deadlifts. I think I had you doing.
It was 45 on each side. So
that'd be 90 pounds plus the bar. Yeah. So like 135 pounds, give or take. When we're doing when you're doing the leg press, it's a little more because you're sitting down and you're seated. But as far as
we had 4 on each side when we did that.
Yeah, we did. But as far let's start with that. Let's start with deadlifts. Deadlifts are a wonderful exercise. It is an entire whole body exercise. It will work out your entire lower body. It works out your upper body. It works out your arms, your forearms, your lower back. Primarily, it's a lower body exercise, but
it trains your body to know the prime position to twerk.
Essentially, yeah, you got to stick that butt out, keep it straight back. I am not a big fan of massive deadlifts. I see some guys do it. I'm not a fan of that because deadlifts are one of the easiest exercises you can screw yourself up and screw your back up.
I've always agreed with that.
And so using a proper deadlift form, as well as keeping it a little on the lighter side for your weight is way more effective. And as you do that deadlift, you will be working out your hamstrings. You'll be working out your quads. You'll be working out your glutes. You're working out your core because your core has to keep you it's wild to say, but as you pull in it, your core keeps your stability. Your stability comes from your core. It works out your back and your lower back because you're lifting a bar. You got to hold that bar as you lift it. Deadlifts are an amazing exercise if used properly. So we've got Alan deadlifting. From deadlifting, we go to leg press.
Yeah.
Leg press is...
Which I'm really good at because my legs are so toned.
Exactly. Because you've been carrying around a lot of weight, bro. So again, we're working on leg press. Leg press is a full lower body exercise. It's a compound exercise. It's not just working out your quads. It's not just working out your hamstrings or your glutes or your calves. It's working out everything. All your lower body is in the leg press. After the leg press, we're going to incline bench. Why are we doing incline bench and not regular bench? Because your incline bench at a 45-degree angle there's more science and crap. And if you guys want to go look up YouTube and stuff,
it gets your whole boob.
It gets more of the boob. It gets more of the entire pectoral muscle. Your pectoral muscle is 3 spots. I'm going to lower this down here. Your pectoral muscle is your upper, your middle that goes right across your nipple, and your lower. And as a normal chest press will get mostly the middle. Your incline at 45 will get all of it. The other thing it punches in is it punches in your shoulders and it punches in your triceps, because as you extend, that is a tricep exercise, right? Push, your chest is now done. That last little bit is going to be your tricep, chest. So we're doing that for, again, multiple muscles. Then we go to, depending on what machines are open, you go to a row. A row is a pulling. You grab it and you're pulling all the way back.
Yeah.
Pretend like there's a tennis ball in the middle of your shoulder blades, and you're trying to squeeze that tennis ball with your shoulder blades as you pull back. That works out all your back muscles. That works out your bicep because you're pulling something. And as you pull, you're getting that core. It is a functional exercise.
I am upset though, because the gym was really busy when I went yesterday, and people were just sitting on the rowing benches. doing nothing. And it's a smaller gym. There's only 3 of them. And so I had to use one of those rowing machines that you like sit in and are like pointed down. And it didn't feel nearly as good as doing an actual row.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we have you doing shoulder press. And why shoulder press is because you still need to work out the shoulders and the tricep. Whoop, up. And as you come down nice and slow, that is your contraction and the opposite of contraction. I don't know why it's escaping my mind right now, but a nice and controlled.
Extension?
Extension, no. So when your muscles contract and when they let go. I can't remember. Right off the top of my head. Maybe, sure. So as you do those exercises, you're hitting a whole body. And as Alan starts to lose weight, we'll move to a more body-specific exercise. They call a bro split. Upper body, chest, push-pull legs, push-pull expansion. But for right now, we got to get your whole body back to losing weight.
Yeah.
And then we've got to go to cardio. And Joshua's not wrong. You have to do cardio. But what's been proven very effective is simply walking. Her ultimate comment was the best. 6 for your weight. We've got to take into account your joints are taking weight every time you walk. Your feet are taking weight every time you walk. And so I'm not saying 10,000 steps isn't possible. It's totally possible. But if you start with 10,000 steps a day, you're going to fill it and it's going to hurt and you're going to stop. So I'd rather you do 6 and then work up to 7 and then work up to 8 and then work up to 9.
Yeah, that's what the Nerdporeal Lifeform's been doing. He goes out for night walks. I think he's like 5 miles a day at least.
Yeah.
And he's been losing a lot of weight.
Yeah. Walking has been proven to be very effective at losing weight. And so keeping your calories...
I just need to recalibrate this Fitbit because I've worn it for like 2 days and it says I've taken 3,852 steps today. And I think that's just from typing on my keyboard because I've been running after my 3 kids, but not 3,000 steps. I drove to BYU and walked to the conference center and back, but that's not 3,000 steps.
Yeah. 3,000 steps is about a mile and a little over a mile.
Okay, maybe, but
so 2,500 steps.
I need to adjust the stride because I know I don't have an average stride. I'm 6 foot, so.
So basically, what Alan's doing is we're getting him a diet.
Yeah.
We're getting him a workout routine that he can continually do 3 or 4 times a week, and then we're adding in a little bit of walking, either the beginning, mid, or end of the day. Alan also went and bought a fitness tracker, a Fitbit. I highly recommend them. The Fitbit is going to help you keep track of how many steps you're doing. It's going to help you keep track of your exercising. And then also what you do is it will buzz if you've been sitting too long. You can set that setting as well. It will be like...
I was taking a nap today and it buzzed at me. And I was like, I know I'm not moving. It's because 2 of my kids are taking a nap and the other's watching TV, and I'm taking advantage of the 30 minutes that I have.
100%. I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying that it is a good reminder. So the other thing we have Alan doing is we have Alan taking some supplements to help recovery. And the process on these supplements, the science has been done a crap ton. We have Alan, you're doing a protein shake, correct?
Yeah. I have the protein, creatine, and BCA are the only ones I have right now.
Yep, and that's pretty much all you need to take. For those of you who don't know, BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, they help your muscles recover and they help your muscles build. Creatine, long story short, the most research supplement of all time. And there has been some wild studies they have done recently, but we don't need to get into that because it's going a little longer than normal, or what we're hoping. But it will help you work out. It'll help your muscles have more energy to work out. Long story short, that's what it does. And then protein is in the protein shake is to help you get your protein goals in for the day. And once you get your protein goals in for the day, it also can be kind of a dessert since there's no sugar and you want something kind of sweet. So. Yeah. Did you have any questions or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think we've talked about it in person, but we're doing the carnivore to just lose a lot of weight. How long do you think we're going to be doing that for?
The carnivore diet?
Yeah.
As long as, and that's the other thing, we have to listen to your body, and that's a really important thing to do. I would argue at least probably 2 or 3 months.
Is Muay Thai good cardio?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, Josh is 100% correct on that. A punching bag is amazing.
If I lose at least 1 pound, David has to put out a video. He's just set the bar as low as possible, Mark Clark. No, I need to lose at least 100 pounds.
That's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
You'll start to lose quite a bit of weight quickly, and then you'll plateau a little bit, and then we'll have to readjust, and then you'll lose more weight, and then we'll readjust, and lose more, and we'll readjust.
I remember the other question, because it's mostly carnivore, but you can also have avocados, because that's just fat and protein. But no peanuts, I assume, because that's more fiber.
Peanuts have a lot of carbs in them.
Right.
They're fats and carbs. So no peanuts. If you need to have a quick shot to stave off the headache, a small spoonful of peanut butter will stave off a headache when you're going through what they call the keto flu.
The meat shakes, yeah.
The meat shakes. But yeah, when are you planning on starting the carnivore diet?
I thought you said we're going to start on the 10th.
The 10th? Okay, we're starting on the 10th.
Isn't that when? That's when you said. Is that?
Yeah, sure.
I can start whenever.
I started today because I got on the scale and was like, I'm a fat fuck.
Got it.
I gained a lot of weight. So I started today, but I know you bought a ton of stuff, and I don't want that stuff to go bad. So
I mean, I bought like healthy snacks because I've been trying to do like no, I wasn't 100% off sugar. I wasn't like drinking any soda or anything like that, so anything was sugar free. But I would like eat an apple every once in a while, and I found some like figs and dates that were a really good price, and I feel like those were healthy snacks. But my kids eat them too. I don't need to eat them.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I started today. You can start whenever you want. Just remember, you're going to have that day 3 and 4 where you're going to feel like crap.
Yeah.
And people are like, why do you feel like crap? So long story short, your body has purged all carbs. Our bodies like carbs. Carbs are very quick energy. Your body is able to convert a carb, whether that's white bread or whether that's vegetables, into energy very, very quickly. It takes more effort for protein and more effort for fat for your body to turn that into sugar to burn. Ultimately, that's what happens. There's more science behind it, but that's just the quick version. And doing the carnivore diet forces your body to produce what's called ketones. We do produce ketones normally, but forcing your body to use fat as its primary energy source is what we're trying to do with Alan and myself. And I would suggest this to anyone who's really trying to look. Good thing you did buy a cow. Anyone who's trying to lose a lot of fat content, because it literally forces your body to use its fat reserves for energy. And it's wild what it does. We can talk about that next week. But yes, I'm going to start it. If you want to start it, you can. Just remember that day 3 and 4, when there's no more carbs in your body, you are going to be
I remember what it was like. We briefly did. We did it wasn't quite. It was kind of the keto diet.
Yeah.
A few years ago.
Technically 100% carnivore. You're not allowed an avocado. I don't care. That's what I did, and I lost a lot of weight, and that's what other people have done. You can use sauces, but be very careful because sauces have sugar in them, and you don't want carbs. Salsas, if you want a salsa, again, same thing, be very careful with it. But like on your eggs, if you want a spoonful of salsa, have a spoonful of fresh salsa. It's not going to kill you.
Right.
But don't have a ton of fresh salsa. Use the salsa as more like a spice than as anything else, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then every day you just need to weigh in. Every day at the beginning of the day, weigh in, and you just kind of go from there.
Okay.
And
and we'll be doing this approximately once a week. It won't be on the same day every week because Corwin's schedule changes.
Yeah, so we'll do it. We'll do it on Friday for the next 3 weeks, and then we'll move it to either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back to Friday for 6 weeks, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 6 weeks. But I'm really excited, dude. I'm excited for you to start seeing progress, and I know you will. That's the thing. You're going to start seeing progress this week, and you're going to be like, "Holy crap! I'm down 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds," and it's going to blow your mind.
Well, I did. Yeah, I did feel when we did the keto diet years. I guess it's been like 3 years ago.
A little longer than that, but yeah.
We started it together, and we were supposed to go to the gym together, and then you moved. So that's what happened.
Sorry.
But I did I felt myself losing weight. I also felt it didn't completely eliminate my chronic acid reflux, but it helped it. So like I have to take a pill every day, otherwise like it comes back.
Right.
And I could get away with taking it like once every 3 or 4 days when I started that diet.
Yeah, and hopefully this will make it so you get back to that.
The juicer. Proud of you, bro. Oh, you haven't listened to the audiobook. You've been reading it? Dungeon Crawler Carl?
I have not
Dude,
read the audiobook.
Listen,
I'm on book 4. I just started book 4 last night.
See if you can find just like the chapter in the first book where he fights the gym bro.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep.
Bro, it's so good. The voice acting is incredible.
I nerd talk for just a minute because this is ultimately a nerdy channel. I just finished the 3rd book, Dungeon Crawler Carl, and
best one yet, right?
It wasn't my favorite yet.
Really?
Wait.
Okay.
Until the last 100 pages, and the last 100 pages became my favorite. And there was probably 4 or 5 times I laughed out loud. I burst into laughter, especially when Katya is cleaning the kitchen, like she's cleaning up their kitchen, and then they pack
and she explodes.
And she explodes in blood because she was,
and the cleaner bot is pissed off. Yeah,
right. And so she'd been just taking all that blood and just putting it in her inventory so she would. And then when they patched it out,
they turned her into a battering ram.
And and they instantly went and bought a cleaning bot because she had just. I burst out laughing. There was a couple other scenes.
Dude,
I just burst out laughing
at the beginning of the book. The Fergalicious scene.
Yes,
it kills me. And then that and out of sheer awesomeness, when they turn Katya into a battering ram, and then completely out of left field, murks that one character. I don't want to do massive spoilers. I was not expecting that to happen.
Yeah.
Which was great because she gained like 80 levels. It was awesome.
They're a little bigger than that. Shelf Help. I think book 3 is almost 600 pages long.
They get longer and longer.
Yeah, book 4 is at least 600 pages long. Book 5 is longer than book 4, and book 6 is like 850, 900 pages.
Yeah. So they are wonderful books.
Yeah, really excited.
I love Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah, really good books. Anyway, yeah, I'm really excited for you to do your weight loss journey, dude. Every day, what I want you to do, try to get to the gym. Like I said, 3 times a week. We'll wrap it up. 3 times a week, you need to get to the gym. Walk every day. Your 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 4,000 to 6,000 steps is needed every day. And then watch what you're eating, your diet. Use that food weight that you got to measure out what you're eating when it comes to like chicken breast or when it comes to ground beef or whatever you're eating. Use that to measure so you're accurate. Mm-hmm. Don't eyeball it.
Yeah, I got a food scale, Dad. You told me to.
Yeah, food scales are amazing because then they let you know exactly what you're eating. And so, yeah, work on the diet. Make sure for the first little bit, every day, write down what you eat. I know it's tedious, but every day, just take a little notebook or on your phone, write down exactly what you eat, how many calories it is, and stay between that 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day. And then 4,000 to 6,000 steps, gym 3 times a week. Even if you feel like crap and you don't get the full workout done, and you only do one set of everything, or even if you just go to the gym to walk for an hour, I want you to get in the habit of going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. Build that habit. Even if you get there and you're like, this sucks, I don't want to be here right now. Yep. Still go to the gym. We're just going to build that habit. And I'm excited to see you lose the weight. I'm excited to see you feel better. I'm excited for you to look at me and be like, dude, I got to buy a whole new wardrobe because none of my clothes freaking fit. And I feel amazing. And that's what ultimately this is. Because in Alan's song, he said, I want to be old enough to see my kids grow up. And being obese, despite, fat acceptance in today's woke culture.
No, I am massively unhealthy. I know that.
Yeah, being obese is not healthy. It just isn't. And
it's also one of the leading causes of cancer.
Cancer, diabetes, heart problems, gut problems, high blood pressure, you name it. Yeah, it is what it is. So I'm really excited, man.
I'm also one of the other goals is I want to be able to give blood easier because I've gotten fat. It's really hard for them to get my veins, and I bruise because they have to wiggle it around. So, and I want to get rid of these, which are not my fault. I know I'm fat. A lot of this is my fault, but these granny arms, which are really gross, it's not so bad on this arm. That's from the allergy shots. I would get
it makes the fat swell up.
I would get a shot 2 to 3 times a week for a year and a half, and at the first 6 months, my arm would swell up to the size of a baseball. And now I only do it once every other week, and it doesn't get that swollen, and I can breathe outside. So I need to get rid of that.
Yeah,
disgusting.
It makes the fat swell and take water. That's ultimately what it is.
Those are my goals. So that we'll do this. You said the next 3 weeks will be on Friday, and then we'll have to move the day.
Next week on Friday. If anyone has any questions, if you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, I want to start because I am overweight, just send a message to Alan. I will look at your stuff. You just have to tell me how much you weigh, how active you are. Be honest. There's no judgment. And let's get whoever wants to be on a health journey, and let's get you to the point where you're happy with yourself. And let's get you to the point where you're not tired walking up the stairs and where you feel good. And let's get you there. Let's do it. That's what this whole channel is about.
The show, not the channel. The rest of the stuff's nerd.
Channel. The show. The channel's nerd stuff, but this particular show, that's what the show's about.
Oh, before we end, I forgot to tell you a funny story when you showed the sexy picture of me when I was skinny.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know this. Your mom told me that...
This is a scary thought.
No. She's the reason I'm fat. Okay? She told me maybe a year after I'd gotten home that I looked better with more fat on my bones.
My mom always says that. Just a picture for those.
She's like, a year ago, you looked way too skinny. You look much more handsome now.
Well, you want to know why she said that? You want to know why she says that? Because I got back from my mission. I was 140 pounds because of all the parasites and crap. And took me to the doctor, and the doctor looked at me and was like, because I looked pathetic. And the doctor looked at me and was like, my mom had said he needs to gain weight. He needs to gain 50 pounds ASAP. He has parts of his body are shutting down because he has literally no fat on his body. And so she fattened me up. And so she's like, you look too skinny. And so, yeah.
Actually, I do have, because I did push-ups every day for 5 years. And it's been a while. But I still have pretty good. This one right here. That's not fat. That's muscle. It's kind of a hard angle. My trap? Is that it? What is it? Tricep? Well,
trap is...
Oh, yeah, right.
Muscle.
It's it's not the full tricep. I need to get the bottom half of the tricep the same size, but like the top, because it's like a V, right? It's like those two muscles.
Yep.
I got good ones. It's a bad angle.
So
those are my calves.
Yeah, we'll get it. Like I said, if anyone has questions on this channel, you can message Alan and we'll go through your stuff real quickly. And if Alan has questions, through the week, he'll ask me these questions and I'll respond, and then we'll bring that up. And then Alan, every day, write how much you weigh, and on the channel, let's start every day. This is what I weighed. This is what I weighed, and we'll do kind of a week in review.
Oh, you want me to measure every day, not every week?
Every day. I need you to do every day. Weigh yourself every day. Weigh yourself every day.
Yeah, the scale that we had stopped working at 300, so
you had to get a new one.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, man. Well, let's do it. And I'm right there with you. Like I said, I've gained a little bit of weight. I ate like crap for a month, and then I ate like crap a lot for the past 2 weeks. And I was probably 4,000 calories a day. I've gained 10, 12 pounds of fat. And I did that on purpose. I wanted to feel like crap. Like I went to the gym, I felt like crap. Because I want to be there with you and encourage you and push you.
All right. Well, we've taken enough of your time. We've gone way over, but we'll be back again next week with more fitness and possibly even a gayer thumbnail.
Oof. Every week, is that going to be the gag?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, my friend.
We had a patient who was so big, she had to be put on a
cardio scale, huh? On a
you
don't know, that's like a treadmill with a weight
rough
machine. So I'm gonna say 500 plus pounds on that at least, right, Mark?
I just took my girls to the gym, and they had like a big scale that you could step on to see like how much the animals weigh and how much you weigh. I was like, finally a scale that fits me. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Corwin.
Bye. Yep. Bye.
Yeah, you can message me on X or YouTube if you have questions. Okay, and also Best Chan tomorrow, where we talk about nerdy stuff.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get on for even if it's just a little bit. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, see you guys then. Bye.
Peace.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining, so please consider joining Patreon and getting your name in the credits with pride.
I'd buy that for $1.